Well, the new clamp is here. This is the clamp that was sent from Remus USA, and so we're going to put it on tonight on the exhaust, and let's see how we're going to compare the clamp that came off of the BMW bike, the clamp that came with the Remus exhaust, and this clamp. I have a feeling that the clamp that I was sent was an actual BMW pipe clamp and not the Remus pipe clamp that came with the exhaust. First, let's take off the exhaust, or I should say the muffler. I keep calling it exhaust, but it's really a muffler. Okay, so that's slack, and then I'll just slacken off on this one. Get that off. On the back side of the hanger, there's a nut and a washer, and on this side here, there's the screw and a washer and this piece. So we take that off, then we just rock the muffler off gently. And there we go. Well, my suspicions were confirmed. The clamp on the top is my original BMW clamp that came off of my my stock exhaust, and the clamp in the middle was the one that was sent to me by the person who sold me the Remus exhaust. So I think he got those clamps mixed up, and this bottom one is the one that was just sent to me from Remus USA. As you can see, it's got that screw on it, which will enable me to put the heat shield on. So we're going to continue on now and hook everything back up and install the heat shield. Now, to put this thing on properly, you've got to first slip the clamp on, and the nut is facing downwards. So you've got to slip the clamp on so that this is in approximately the correct place. So what I've done, and this is probably better to actually catch that, the top, this top bolt on. So I'm going to do that now. So I just slip this split washer on and put the nut on the back. I'm not tightening it up yet, of course. You just keep everything slack, and so it's just there to hold it in place. But like I was saying, so you've got these two screws here. These two screws are going to hold the heat shield. They're going to hold the heat shield on in place. So you put the heat shield on, test fit it. Okay, test fit it, and what you can even do is you can actually, use the one of the screws to locate the bolt underneath here. There's a bolt. I know you probably can't see my finger too much, but let me tilt it down a little bit. Okay, so under here there's one of these screws. So what I could do is just use one of the screws here. You've got to slip that piece of the heat shield underneath the muffler here, and then just find the hole. It's a little bit tricky, but you play around with it until you get there's the hole right there, and you just catch a couple of threads in there, and then you come up here and you'll see where that clamp needs to be. So what you then can do is move the clamp underneath, right, into place, kind of approximately where it should go, and then using your fingers you just tighten the nut of the clamp down a little bit just to locate it a little bit better. You see there's a gap here, so that's the gap that I'm trying to get rid of by moving this around, but I can't see me getting rid of that very much. When I put this little screw in here, right, both screws would then be in. The front screw is fixed because that's tied to the you know, to the front pipe here. But this screw is going into a socket on the clamp that can move around a bit. And now with it loosely fitted like this, I can kind of jiggle around a bit to get a little bit, to minimize this gap a bit. But now the gap, this needs to be a little longer. So to me, there was no reason why they couldn't have made this heat shield long enough to fit inside this part of the exhaust. Okay, you can just bend it to suit and then slide it right in there. So I don't know, maybe you saved you know, $1 or $2 with this carbon fiber piece, you know, by making it short, but it should have been at least this long. That's my take on it. So there's the finished installation. I put a little bit of Loctite, medium grade Loctite on those 2 screws because the shank is not very long, so I don't want them falling off. But I still got a bit of an issue with this gap here. That looks you know, kind of tacky, but from above I guess you're not going to see it too much. But I still think that's a design flaw. They should have made this piece longer, you know, so that it goes up, tucks up underneath there. But anyway, it looks much better than before, and everything is tightened up, so that brings this installation to an end.